Hello, welcome to the Amazing Reborn Show number 8. Can everyone hear me in chat? I'm assuming you can. And even though if I ask, you'll say, no, it's muted. And I'll be like, you're lying. And it will be so funny. Oh shit, I can hear myself. I need to pop out chat, 1 second. La 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 la. Alright, chat's reloading. You can't see me because of what's going on. I just plugged in my webcam. Let me do this. No, I'm not on IRC. Sorry, BG Sparks. You have to send me a message on Twitch. I've just plugged in my webcam, so I have to see if it works. I'm in my bedroom. What am I doing? Is it window capture? Video capture device. Okay. God, hopefully this works. Wow, massive. That's not great for anybody. You'll get to stare at my hair. Jesus. Okay, I've also warped it. I don't know how I do that. Make it normal. I don't want to be weird looking. God, the lighting in here is awful. I got like a Alex Garfield haircut as well. I don't know if that's me in proportion or what. Do you see all the chest there? You can probably hear that. And then we'll do a monitor capture device so you guys can see your pretty selves. Hopefully this works. Yeah, it's kind of okay. Yeah, I always do look a bit weird. That is true. I can go over there. A little bit bigger. You guys can go here. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Alright. Welcome to the show. Yeah, this is my bedroom. It's got a bed in it. It's got a bed. And then I've got like a vanity desk over there. I don't know why. Double size show today. No, actually. Today is more about business decisions. Yeah, I've kind of been a little bit anxious about this show just because like there's been little progression and much talking about stuff. So I've kind of been like, that sucks. But it's okay. I mean, I'm always prepared for things to be slower than usual. Alright, so there's not many of you here, which is always good, so I don't have to disappoint too many people. Fantastic. Okay, so I'll answer some of your questions later. We can just talk about what we're up to. So I guess you guys, we did this concept. You guys actually kind of liked it. You were like, yeah, it's okay. So we wanted to go more down this road. So I had some painting done of in-game. You guys were like, this is kind of cool. So basically in our 8th we've done this, and this is kind of what we want the game to end up kind of looking like. So it's more concept art. I apologize. I know you guys might be a bit bored of concept art, but this is kind of, it's a little bit what we were going for, and I really like it. It's friendly enough. Yeah, it does come across a bit Overwatchy right now, but it will probably change shape a little bit. I mean, all the stuff out there is kind of a little bit Yeah, the rocket launcher's had some tweaks to it, which will get put into the model, and it looks a little bit nicer. The rocket launcher position there probably won't be um, exactly that. But this is kind of what we're going to try and do for our first map, okay? Um, Basically, we're going to look at this concept and we're going to try and build one map, right? This is always what we've been trying to do, is get the fucking art assets in the game. So we're going to head towards that direction. We're just going to see how it works. Just, yeah, see if it's awesome. And if it needs work, we're going to have to do it. I've been cock-blocked this month, not sexually, but working on a couple of weeks working on the I don't want to go full sci-fi, basically, because full sci-fi basically might feels a little bit generic. I think this is a really good direction in terms of what we can do. And remember, there will be different like art assets that you can use. Anyway, so I got cock-blocked this month because like the engine got updated again, which broke everything that I was working on, which was fantastic. Basically because Firefrog was like, well, if you're going to do this map, you know, we need to do modules, and modules are like big blocks. And then so the engine got changed into big blocks, which broke all my gameplay mechanics. Not that I can not fix them, I can fix them very quickly for the FPS, but the modules are way too big. So this shows more about like meeting and what I'm doing rather than like actual like many updates. Unfortunately, there hasn't been many updates, so I do apologize. But I've got some good stuff that I want to talk to you about. Firefrog's his name, yeah, the coder is what we call him, just because it's like it's funny and he wants to stay private. So I can do this off monitor capture, but I mean shit got broke, but it's fine. So basically the way that we're going to approach maps, which might piss off the community, because if they've made any maps then they're going to be angry because now there's a change again. Because I made a map and then it got broke, right? Look how fucking big the blocks are. These apparently are meant to be modules, right? Like bigger pieces of blocks for structure, and then you can just kind of like add props now. So add a prop. That's a prop, apparently. That's the only prop we have. It's a little egg. But then you'll be able to like rotate the props and move them. You'll probably have a gizmo, which is just a widget, so you can drop them. But I'm not going to keep the block size this big because I think it's like way too big. And I've got a meeting with the tech artists, as well as he's more than just a tech artist, but he's just come back from having a baby, so he's going to be working on the game full time, which is great because we don't have many full-time people. Yeah, what is this? A map for ants? Good reference. It's not so much CS:GO. It's more of a Quakey game, if you're asking. So I'm going to have a meeting on Tuesday with the artist that's come back to work full time, and we're going to basically look at this environment piece here and decide like what is blockable and what is proppable. So basically anything that's blockable should be like these walls and all this stuff, and then props can be like these, and you'll be able to place the walls and you'll be able to place the props, and you'll be able to make maps like this pretty quickly. Okay, so I have to talk with him on Tuesday, and then we have to come up with a plan, and then we have to do like a month sprint basically to get this map done if we're going to be in time for Kickstarter in May, as well as get particle effects done, as well as models and the robot, etc. So I'm kind of I've been at like a 2 weeks where I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to get to Kickstarter, what I need to do, and all this other shit. Okay. Yeah, I mean the module size is more about the module size actually placed within the block grid, and then the props are placed anywhere and can be moved. The thing about the module size that is good, in my opinion, that if we create a stair module or you know a stair block or something, it will instantly tell the players who are making maps how big the the stairs are likely to be, and therefore the door frames, and so they can build maps without having the maybe the anxiety of not knowing exactly what the room, size and things should be, and so we can kind of make sure that with the blocks we basically set the kind of normal size of stuff, which allows me to focus on the gameplay and build it correctly to the correct size of map, rather than what we've been doing for the last 2 weeks, which is fucking shit up. So we've been fucking shit up. But on Tuesday onwards, we're going to solve that, and then we've got literally a month to get this map in game by the end of the month, right? That's the goal. Fuck my life. Then some other stuff that we've been doing is we've been doing should have gone with the Unreal Engine. No, maybe, but no. We would have been a lot further down the line if we did, if we weren't making our own engine. So we've done a new website that's going to get released pretty soon. I can just show you. We're basically, when we go to Kickstarter, like, this is how I think of this project, right? This is really how I think of this project. I think of like the core community that I know and give me feedback and trust. They're like you guys that turn up to these little shows where we're like, this is what we're planning. And then what we're all really trying to do, if you like Quake or you like, the idea of something being awesome, is that we're meant to be able to basically make good enough decisions that when we go public in a way that's like, hey, we're on Kickstarter, and hey, look at our new website, and hey, look at the gameplay, and hey, look at the everything, people who aren't you guys, like the core community, are going to be impressed by the decisions that we've made together. Okay, so we keep things like very quiet and try. Yeah, look, we raised 8 million on Kickstarter. Pretty impressive, right? But basically, we've done a website. This is just a screenshot of the layout, but it's going to change. Obviously, this art pieces won't be used, but it's just the generic. And then we've also apparently raised 8 million on Kickstarter. Apparently. But we've actually got this website kind of like up and working. It's just, needs a little bit more time to get all the features in there. And then we'll have a place where people will be able to come and be like, oh, sweet, it's actually like a non-spam shitty website. So this is like another step into terms of taking what we've done together and going to a larger audience, and them not being like, like, what the fuck is this shit, right? Pay to win confirmed. Where's the pay to win in this? There's no pay to win. There's no pay to win. So I can't show you the website because it's a private URL of the person making it. No. I don't like selling early access and stuff like that. I think it's kind of a bit crooky, like, Okay, so the website's on its way. I've got a month to get the first map done with gameplay in there, and I've done the Kickstarter planning, and I've got all the information. I've sorted out for the Kickstarter, by the way, mouse pads and hoodies and lots of other rewards that you'll be able to get if you want like cool shit. So, all that kind of stuff. Cool. And then what else have I been up to? Okay, yeah. So this is a much more shorter show than normal. I've got Shane, Shiva, and Odie hopefully coming to the house pretty soon, so it's not going to be a long show. Dream League is tomorrow, yeah. Okay, so business side of things, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to hit the Kickstarter for May. Like, I'm going to try, but I honestly feel that it might be a push, and I don't want to go to Kickstarter with a shitty product, like, hey, we did something half-ass and check it out. So I've actually regrettably raised more money for the project. Are you in the bathroom? No. Hopefully my mic sounds fine. so I've raised more money for the project, which has allowed me to do two things. One, I'll be able to delay a Kickstarter if I need to, and make sure everything is of a proper standard before I go to Kickstarter. Two, pay a few people to make sure we get to the Kickstarter fine. Yeah. And three, this is very private, and I'm only telling you this because this show is so shit today, because it's more about the business stuff I've been doing rather than there's actual here's new game content. Is that I can actually finish building the good studio, and downstairs we actually have a studio, and I just need to spend about $7,000 on lights, and then we can start doing this show that we do, the Amazing Reborn Show. We can do it in the studio, and we can bring in other people, which are like Eric, who's a designer, and then Omar and Johan, who are artists, and we can turn this show into more than just me on a webcam, right? And then if we want to, we can do Full of Steam and other stuff, but we'll have a persistent studio, which we haven't had for about a year and a half. But don't get too excited about the good studio shows, because, you know, it's like, yeah. But, you know, it's like, I am going to finish building the studio. But don't go out and say the good studio is back, because every time that someone's tried to do the good studio is back thing, we've always failed, okay? We've always failed. But basically, we've got everything we need downstairs. We just need to get a couple of microphones, a couple of lights, and some branding done, and then the studio is back in a state. I won't do the good show though. I'm really sorry, but the good show is like, unless the good show is like me plus 5 other people, it's basically just like, it might as well be a talk show where you guys ring up me and then I just tell you what's going on in the industry, and then everyone hates me in the industry because I tell everybody what's actually happening. But I will finish building the studio. We will do these shows from a studio with more people than me, and we'll do Full of Steam, and you know, we'll take it real fucking easy, so don't get excited. Slow, all right? It's gonna be fucking slow. It's gonna be slow, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay. And then also, if I delay the Kickstarter, it's because I need to put more money into pre-production. So do not get angry at me if the Kickstarter isn't May, okay? If the Kickstarter is not May, it's because I don't feel comfortable taking the product to Kickstarter in May. I will spend more of my money that I really can't afford and I will get the game to a state where people are actually like fine with everything, and then we can go to Kickstarter a little bit later and hopefully we're still okay. Okay? Like, I hate the business side of stuff, but I have to spend more money and take more time. But it doesn't necessarily help. TI5 Hub, yeah, we should be doing it. No confirmation. And yeah, I mean, and the studio is gonna get. I've got a meeting with the studio next week with the final parts I need to buy. So basically, some guy's gonna turn up, tell me how much money I have to spend, and then I buy it, and then we're gonna do like cool shows. But anyway, I'm not doing the good show, okay? I'll tell you that now. I'm not doing the good show, but I will do little things. And there's a little Dota project we're gonna do that me and Andy are gonna commentate, and you know, OD, Pixel, and Shiva are here, so we can do stuff. So yeah, focus on dual or team modes both for this game. I've also got some splash art you can see. I'm not doing the good show, motherfuckers. So I've got some splash art of some of the bots. I don't think have you guys seen these? Did I show you too? Did I show you these? Just art now. I've got nothing. That was it. Oh, these are new. Okay. Are they wallpaper size? I don't know, not yet. That's a square bot, and then that's also trash bot or jugger bot. They're very cool. These we're gonna do a couple of these splash screens just for like the website stuff and wallpapers. These are character models, yeah. They are in-game character models that you will see. The first character model you're going to see in-game is going to be the round bot, the egg bot, but it's going to need some iterations. Wallback is pretty amazing. Yeah, these were done by Johan Wallback. He's very good. Trashbot might be a little bit more tanky, this guy, than the other guy. I'm glad you like them. But yeah, as I said, this show is more about the business side. The other thing I have to ask you, which is really important actually, because like I've almost covered everything I want. Like, you know, the environment art that we're going to push for the next month to make a map look like this, and we have to do it. The block size and the fact that I haven't been able to work on gameplay because the size of the map keeps fucking changing, and all my variables keep changing, and I get bored. So we're going to sort out the block size, and then over the month we're going to push for this map in game. We've done a website. Give it, you know, it doesn't really matter how long it takes to come out, probably under a month, I hope. The good studio I'm going to finish building, and then we're going to start doing this show from the studio with more people than just me, and hopefully because then the content will be much more. It's awesome. And then the last thing I have to talk to you about is that basically the name Reborn, I kind of want to change it because someone trademarked or is making an FPS game called Reborn with a lowercase o. And I'm kind of whatever, you know. So do you guys mind if I change the name to something a little bit maybe more fitting for the project? So let me know. And then, because I have a name in mind, call it Deborn. Wrecked. No. You don't mind or you do mind? Not at all. The thing is like, let me just call it Dead Game. Eggs. Reborn. Eggborn. Quake is Quake but better. Okay. Ah, shit. I could tell you the name that I'm going for, but you're all gonna hate it, and you're gonna make me feel like an awful person. I'm gonna be like, this is the name of the game, and you're gonna be like, it sucks. And then I'm gonna be like, yeah, but it's unique, and it's no one else has got it, and I can trademark that shit. Okay. All right. So let's do a fucking. I fucking hate. Like, these decisions are so like fucking annoying to me. It's like, what's he gonna name your game? Say it. Tell us, you pussy. Okay. Alright. Okay, I'll say it. You guys, this is peer pressure. Okay, I've registered the domain name. I've got the Facebook, the Twitter, the YouTube and stuff, right? So Blood Reborn. Okay, so you can't really actually trademark your game until you actually have something to trademark. That's the sad thing. And also, like, they probably, you know, like the fact that their game's called Reborn and everyone uses Reborn now, I'm just kind of bored of Reborn. And also, it was kind of half a working title. But I want to kind of drop, like, at least on the website, like, if I do the new name, I at least, like, as a tag put like FPS Reborn, so at least people are like, oh, I get it, it's that's what they were trying to do. So the new name, I really shouldn't show you guys this. Oh god, you're gonna hate it. Alright, let me set it to you, okay? In this game, it's a bit tongue-in-cheek, okay? It's like a bit over the top and it's a bit crazy, and you know, you're this little robot that also does amazing things, okay? So it's kind of like, it looks stupid but it plays serious, but it's not silly on silly, because if you do like silly on silly, you just get like a free-to-play game that everyone's like, you know, so it has to have, like, it's meant to be silly cool. So there's this thought process that I'm trying to get to in terms of thought process that I'm trying to do to try and get to something at the end goal, which is actually to be able to do some co-op in the game. And to do co-op, I kind of want to be able to have a villain. So with the idea in mind that some of the bots are good and some of the bots are bad, evil bots, so to speak, you know what I mean? That I want to I want to introduce a name that suggests it's a bit tongue-in-cheek. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but it's meant to be, you know, awesome. And if there is a co-op or if there isn't, it doesn't matter. Okay, so the name that I'm going for, okay, like it or hate it, motherfuckers, because it's hard to get a name for a game, is Diabotical. Alright? Like diabolical, but with a bot in it. That's the best I've come up with, and it's fucking brilliant. And if you tell me it's not fucking brilliant, I'll be angry. But Diabotical is the name I'm trying to go for. I can show you. we wanted to do. You hate it. It's amazing, dude. Deadest of Dead games. It's so fucking good. Are you fucking kidding? Not kidding. Diabotical is unique and no one's going to steal it. I tried doing some logos for Diabotic, but it sounds like diabetic, and we did these. But I think it's fine. I think you guys are overreacting. It's meant to be Diabotical with an A and L, because that just looks like diabetic. I know it's not April's Fool's. It's a fucking great name. Diabotical. It's